Parts of the Northeast, including New York City, the blizzard of 2015 turned out to be something of just another storm. These massive totals of maybe 3 feet of snow that many predicted did not pan out. A little further east, though, on Long Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they're getting hammered, but not here in the city. Here's where the moisture was coming up here from the south. And when you get this nor'easter, you get that system that pauses, it stalls, and then it just churns the moisture and the wind that comes back on the northeast. So Long Island, hammered. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, maybe 2 feet, maybe 3 feet of snow for some when this is all over. But New Jersey and New York, the historical storm did not happen. The question is, why? Joe Bastardi, chief meteorologist for weatherbell.com. How you doing, Joe, and good morning to you.
Very well. I want to remind folks, before you get on, Bill, that this is just the beginning of a big siege of cold and snow that we've been predicting for a couple of weeks between the 26th and the 10th.
Okay, two specific questions now, Joe. Sometimes when you get a hurricane, before it makes landfall, it toggles to the east or toggles to the west just a little bit or just so much that maybe it saves your town or it saves your house. Is that what happened here when you shift 50 to 75 miles east of New York?
Well, yes and no. The problem with this is, well, the hurricane is a well-developed system that's coming at you, so it's a matter of just pinpointing the track. This is a storm that came down out of Canada through the Ohio Valley and had to redevelop. And the question is, what is going on off the shore, the actual data, and we don't have a lot of data out there, no matter how much we're arrogant enough to believe computer models actually can hit these things. They're going to make mistakes, and of course those errors could get blown up. The fact that this is occurring around New York City means that people go, oh, well, we escaped this storm, and look at that, they can't hit a weather forecast, and yet you go 50 miles east of the city on northeastward, everybody's going to be digging out for 2 or 3 days there.
That's right. I appreciate the candor on that answer. It is Tuesday morning, Joe,
well,
right? On Sunday afternoon, the New York mayor said this. This will most likely be one of the largest blizzards in the history of New York City. I think they've got like 5.5 or 6 inches of snow in Central Park, which is nothing. Here's the concern for people like you and city officials. The next time they talk like this, will people listen, Joe?
Well, I can't be responsible for what people are going to do. They wouldn't listen before Sandy in a lot of cases.
But do you as a forecaster worry about that?
No, I don't. You know, I worry about nailing the forecast. That's what I worry about nailing. So what happens is you have to fight from the ground you stand on at the time. Every weather situation is unique. You have to look at it and evaluate it as hard as you can. Now, we always said at Weather Bell, this was southeastern New England storm. We believed New Bedford would beat New York, but it turned into a big rout. And again, I'm not saying I was right about New York City. I felt New York City was going to get close to 20 inches of snow. But on the other hand, every weather situation is unique in and of itself, so you have to study each one as they come along, match it up against things you've seen before, bring in the computer models, weight the evidence, and then try to predict an answer. The fact of the matter is, I've been emailing people at Fox for a couple of weeks saying, look out, January 26th to February 10th, it's going to be storm after storm every 3 days and a lot of cold weather, and you watch what happens over the next 2 weeks.
15 seconds. The Weather Authority out of eastern Pennsylvania had a quote on their Facebook page that said, quote, "We blew it." Do you agree with that?
Well, I think in general the storm was overplayed in New York. But if you want to go 50 miles east, people will say, "Boy, what a great forecast that was." Let's remember, Bill, 2 days before there was only 1 inch or 2 being predicted, so it turned out more than that.
Thank you, Joe. It's good to have you back on. Joe Bastardi from weatherbell.com. Thank you. We'll talk again.